Hey garden friends, I'm Nikki from Proven Winners Direct, and we are in my favorite place again, and I'm going to show you our next 7 plants for Plant of the Day beginning Monday, September 26th. And we are going to be featuring annuals, perennials, and shrubs, so we'll have a little bit of something for everyone. Our first plant is the double up white begonia. And these bad boys are not like the begonias you're used to. They are bred to be really vigorous growers. They love both sun and shade, so you can pretty much put them anywhere. They have these beautiful little white blooms that just cover the plant. And when I say vigorous, it's going to get huge, and so then you're going to have all those beautiful little white blooms. As I said, these plants do love the heat, so our southern gardeners, you guys still have plenty of time to get these planted and really be amazed by how big they're going to grow for you. If you're in the north like us, we don't have as much time left, but these will be perfect in your fall containers. They're bronzy, dark foliage with that pop of white bloom. It's going to be the perfect contrast to really make all of your other fall plants shine. Next up, we have the ColorBlaze Royal Apple Brandy Coleus, and it is a bi-color annual with burgundy and a chartreuse green that just screams all things fall. So these beauties are going to grow to be about 2 feet tall on these wonderful sturdy branches. They can go in both sun and shade, so again, another plant you can throw anywhere. So our ColorBlaze line of Coleus was bred to bloom later in the season. A lot of people prefer their Coleus without the blooms, and so these are bred to bloom late or even not at all. A lot of people just trim them off when they grow, so I experimented a little bit at my house and I planted them in my window boxes, and I didn't really want them to get 2 feet tall, and so I kind of kept trimming them as the season went on, and they just produced this flush, full, beautiful plant. Our next plant is the Sage Advice Russian Sage. This is a perennial in zones 4 through 9. It's going to grow to be about 2.5 feet tall and wide. This plant is gorgeous. When you get it, as perennials are, they do that, what's it called, the sleep, creep, and leap, right? So when you plant it this season, it's still kind of asleep. Next season it'll start to take off a little bit more. By your 3rd season, 3 feet tall, no problems. It's gorgeous. And it's got these beautiful lavender blooms and this silvery foliage. It looks perfect in a landscape. If you've got different colors, it doesn't matter what color really. It's the perfect contrast in there. So they love full sun. They can tolerate dry conditions, so it makes it completely maintenance free, which is fantastic. And they're super hardy. Next up, we have the Primo Series Mahogany Monster Hukra. These are a perennial, also in zones 5 through 9. They are going to grow to be about 1.5 to 2 feet tall and wide. And as you can see, they have this beautiful mahogany foliage. They have these tall scapes. Some of them are spent, which is totally normal, but they have these really pretty pink buds that are going to bloom to a cream colored flower. The hummingbirds, bees will be all over these as well. So typically what I would do is if I were to receive this, I would just cut these back, cut off our spent scapes so that they can continue to grow more. We also have these available in quart sizes as well. So if you are planting up some fall containers, that would be a perfect option to add that perfect fall color right into your container. You can then plant them into the ground before the ground freezes and enjoy them all season long next year as well. Next up, we have the Bit Giddy, which makes anyone giddy. These colors are gorgeous. What you see here is the rich reddish pink. It can also produce the bright rich purple, depending upon your soil level. So a more acidic will give you the truer blue color. These are a dwarf habit, so they only get to be about 2 feet tall to 2 feet wide, but they're going to continually push out these vibrant blooms. These bloom on new and old wood, so you want to be very careful not to prune. So as we always recommend with hydrangeas, our southern climates, our warmer areas, definitely want to keep them in more of a part shade area. Our northern climates where it gets a little bit cooler, they can tolerate up to full sun and still be great. And what you might notice is while this one's in beautiful bloom, most of our hydrangeas right now have been cut back according to our trimming cycles, and that just keeps the plants healthy and growing and pushing out these beautiful new branches. Our next plant is the Teardrops Thusia, and this beauty is hardy in zones 3 to 7. It's like sun. It will grow to be about 10 to 18 feet tall. Now typically we say that these evergreen shrubs grow about 1.5 feet to 2 feet each year, so it is going to take some time for it to reach its full maturity. But this totally, its name, the teardrops, it gets it from its cute little shape. Teardrops, teardrops. See what they did there? These are green all year long, evergreen, so they are going to be a beautiful hedge for some privacy, like a privacy screen or along your back porch maybe, to block out your crazy neighbors. Or you can put them in containers and they're going to stay green all year long, and you can just switch out those accent plants, switch out your annuals with the season. So lots of options with this beauty. We are finally to our last plant, and I'm so thankful because it's so hot in here. But this is new for 2022. It is the Let's Dance Ariba reblooming hydrangea. Can you handle this gorgeous bloom? It's almost as big as my head. This guy gets to be about 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide. It is one of the most prolific flowering reblooming hydrangeas we've ever seen. So it's continuously pushing out these gorgeous blooms. It blooms on new and old wood, so you're gonna wanna be very careful with pruning. Just like with the wee Bit Giddy, these bloom colors do vary dependent upon your soil pH. These have large, dense blooms. They're going to last you all season long, and they age beautifully in the fall. So there you have it, 7 more gorgeous plants to add to your gardens. If you are not signed up for our Plant of the Day emails, simply go to our website, provenwinnersdirect.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen, and you'll see a place where you just enter your email address. Our inventory is always moving and grooving, so if you see something that you like, make sure you snatch it up quick. And as always, if you have any questions at all about any of our plants or any of our processes, feel free to reach out to our customer care team, help desk at provenwinnersdirect.com. And also, if there's something else that you'd love to learn about these plants through these videos, feel free to leave us a comment below. We love to hear your feedback.